Well, here we go again. Top 5 Gamer Reacts.
To an infinite V-Bucks method, these are 25 things Fortnite doesn't want you to know. And to kick it off, this month a lot of people logged into Fortnite and realized that something had gone terribly wrong. All of a sudden, we were able to shoot our own teammates and it literally wouldn't let you revive them. To make things even more chaotic, you can even see enemies on the minimap and reboot other players in solo. I don't know what it did, but thankfully, it didn't do too much damage, unlike the week before when everyone was doing the infinite V-Bucks glitch.
Alright, show me how to do this.
At the start of the season, Epic Games accidentally created a V-Bucks method that thousands of people use, so here's how it worked. When the Among Us backlink came out, someone noticed that if they had already had it, they could actually just buy Among Us on the Epic Games Store, and it would give them 600 V-Bucks.
Oh gosh.
A little bit of context, this was like 600 V-Bucks for 99 cents, but the secret here is, you could literally do this as many times as you wanted. They did. By the time Epic fixed it, players' accounts looked like this, which I'm super jealous of because Epic decided not to ban anyone for it. Another thing that Fortnite really doesn't want you to know is hidden in this week's update. Epic Games made a secret change to the Eevee skin without telling anyone, and hoped that really no one would notice. But fans quickly realized that if you compare Eevee from last week to her skin after the update, she received a very suspicious change, okay? Seems like Epic had another calamity incident, but when we all noticed, they actually put out a post saying they were going to revert this change in a future update. But something that actually needs changing is a secret feature of the Ripsaw launcher, because it turns out that you can literally just fire a saw blade at the ground and use it as a vehicle.
Makes sense to me. It should chop your leg off.
This is a glitch or an unintended feature, but you might want to try it while you still have a chance. And that's not even the weirdest thing that the Ripsaw launcher has done. When you fire this at a cornfield, it does more than just give out mats. You secretly create a corn farm. Usually it just drops like one consumable, but you could get dozens from the same Ripsaw. And if you look over at Tilted Towers, there's a lot of construction going on with some of the original buildings being restored, while others are coming back in different ways.
I don't want to say that word. I don't want to say that word.
At Tilted, and the winners be featured in the block 2.0.
I don't want to say the word.
With this in mind, a lot of people are wondering what happened to the original block. Well, it turns out it was originally removed because of a huge controversy. One of the POIs had a room with a rope and a knocked over chair, and I'm sure you guys could tell why this was a problem. To avoid anything like that happening again, Epic decided to completely remove the block until 13 seasons later. Something that makes no sense is Fortnite's damage. Take a look at this. You can shoot someone for 60, then pickaxe them twice for 20 each, and somehow they still have 1 HP. I mean, the math ain't lining up. Still not a secret as the forgotten default dance. We're used to having 2 songs, but if you've been playing Fortnite since day 1, you might remember that it included a 3rd version.
I can't play it. I gotta skip over.
Are able to get their hands on secret weapons that only developers can use. Yes, I mean, Fortnite has a literal god gun which deals thousands of damage. Now, it makes sense for testing, but others are a little random, like the secret gnome gun. I mean, it does exactly what you'd expect it to. But sometimes, when you make a hit game like Fortnite, you're bound to get copycats. I mean, if you scroll through the App Store, you'll see hundreds of clones, with one in particular named Creative Destruction. This was one of the first games to piggyback off Fortnite's success, and it looks like Epic wanted revenge. This can't be a coincidence. Look at this gun from Creative Destruction and compare it to the Recycler that Fortnite released months later. I mean, am I the only one seeing this? But not everything in Fortnite has a nice backstory. In 2020, while the world was protesting, it became pretty distasteful to make money from the police. So to avoid controversy, Epic Games quietly deleted every single police car in Fortnite. They even went back and removed them from items like the Junk Rift and in creative mode. But something we are begging to see in Fortnite is underwater swimming. Over 2 years ago, an animation for this was found in the files and then actually used in the Travis Scott concert. Once the season came to a close, the storm was replaced with a wall of water that you could also swim in. But 2 years later, we're still waiting for this feature to be fully released. There's tons of underwater POIs on the map right now, including the 0 point, so it's the perfect time to let us dive under the surface. But if you want to go back even further, players have been finding ways to access old versions of Fortnite, and some have gone all the way to the very first alpha of the game. There's a lot of differences, but one of the funniest is the default skins. I mean, look how terrifying they are. And speaking of horrifying features, it turns out that seeing Feelies and Testeds wasn't gross enough for Fortnite. They had to go a step further, because in Chapter 1, you could head to Sunny Steps and find a llama on a roast, that I am now horrified knowing who llamas have bones. I mean, what else is underneath? But luckily, Fortnite doesn't take this any further, because while eating a llama sounds pretty traumatizing, you can't actually drown any of the other creatures in the game. Epic made them invincible, which made us wonder if we could also drown a It's like we don't get the same treatment. But back in the day, there was a swing set at Pleasant Park that
Enough
actually
ads, that
had
would
working
actually
physics.
be
You can
cool.
jump on it and it would work. Sadly, they didn't account for players using them because when you hopped on, you'd be
Speed
rewarded
hacks.
with an instant ban.
They're speed
But a
hacking.
secret you probably
They're
didn't know is that the
speed
Foundation is one of the most unique skins
Bro,
in the
I
entire
love
game.
Bush.
When designing him, Epic
Wasn't
Games
this in
actually
the last
included
video
2
we
extra
were?
bones
No, that
inside of
was,
his face, so The Rock's iconic eyebrow
That's
raise was in
the
game. A nice little
Waffles.
detail.
That turned out
But
to
for one of
be,
the weirdest secrets of Chapter
for the
3,
Fall
players
Guys
found something
challenges, so
interesting on
sadly,
the
we're not
art
getting
station of an
Stranger
Epic
Things
Games
as well.
employee. Among his Fortnite
Sad.
concept art, you can find a piece called the Uninhabited Soviet Complex. This was not labeled as a Fortnite POI, but you can see Fortnite sprays and
Sprays?
references inside of the image.
Scripts.
This might have been concept art for a canceled Soviet location. I mean, you could even see people shooting at
No.
aliens, which might have been like an early placeholder for the Chimera. But
No.
something that probably shouldn't be in Fortnite has been spotted around the island over the last few chapters. Throughout the years, people have seen in-game signs referring to smoking and drinking, and I'm no expert, but it seems like a weird thing to add, right? Just like how everyone wonders how
don't
one of the
need
biggest
that.
Fortnite controversies ever made it to the game.
Calamity.
You know what I'm talking about in
We
Chapter
all
1,
know.
where a skin was released in the Battle Pass called Calamity, and she was the first outfit to have jiggle physics.
real
Now, Epic
sad.
immediately removed this and called it an embarrassing accident, but I think we all know that this is a little too specific to be called a mistake. What we really want to know is what happened to Fortnite China. For years, we had a Chinese version of the game
They
that was
didn't
made
get
to
enough
follow
money.
the strict gaming laws in the country. It had free battle passes, challenges for V-Bucks, curfew
That sounds
timers,
like a
but
dream
last
come
year,
true.
Fortnite China was shut down permanently. Probably because it wasn't making much money, but Epic was so sure this would never come back, they deleted everyone's accounts forever. Well, luckily, we don't have to worry about a situation where our entire locker vanishes overnight. But that doesn't mean our skins aren't completely
Hiya.
safe. If you turn your effect settings to low, then all the associated skins will lose their outlines and look
Wait,
super
are you telling
creepy.
me all
And
my
that sounds
anime
hilarious
skins?
as the
'Cause
time
I
that
have a
Epic
couple.
Games designed a secret area that was supposed to
I've been
last
playing
for
Fortnite a
weeks.
lot.
This was a 10 trillion HP
can
cave,
tell
and the
if you
community
watch
had to
my
work together
video.
to destroy the rocks and reveal the secrets inside. Well, except it didn't exactly go to plan because Epic forgot to test if
that was
Cowcatchers worked
hilarious.
on this thing. So when we
Do
all
it
decided
on
to drive
day
them in the
one.
rock, it was destroyed on day 1, ruining weeks of buildup. And so after seeing all of these things that Epic aren't exactly proud of, there is one secret that completely changes Fortnite as we know it. Today we're all familiar with Fortnite as a classic team game with no blood and family-friendly gameplay. But did you know that it was never gonna be this way?
Whoa, that
Yeah,
looks
in the
like
early days to
Macarena.
save the world, Fortnite's art
Wait,
style was
what?
originally a horror game with realistic graphics. But the original concept art is actually
Oh,
terrifying.
fuck.
Imagine seeing this in Fortnite mares. And then again, we've
Yeah,
got
for
plenty of
real.
horror and battle royale. Maybe this is just the beginning. Either way, those are 25 things Fortnite doesn't want you to know. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on
Scared?
Top 5 Gaming.